All right, guys, what's going on? We're getting close. We are about, let's see, the first fights. There is an Australian card. I know some of the boys in the Discord, some of the JSB insiders, the Aussies, are playing the Wanderer Promotions card. So my issue with that, if you're on Palmer Bet, you can't parlay those fights. We have spoken about it. Those fights happen tonight. I think it's 7 p.m. at the Sydney Star Casino. But the Misfits card, the undercard, firstly, it's Saturday, July 18th, 11:30 a.m. here in Sydney. So with that clock, the Misfits card starts. Cody Smith fights Ryan Griffiths at 2 a.m. So the Misfits card, wherever you are in the world, will start in about 14 hours. So we're getting close. And then we got the UFC on tomorrow. So tomorrow we got the Misfits card, we have Pro Box, and we have Golden Boy. My bad, Golden Boy. We have Pacheco versus Aleem, Matchroom. And then the following day we have a nice little sneaky Japanese card, which I'm going to wait to see what happens with my bets tomorrow. And then I'm going to create some parlays for the Japan card for the following day, just so everybody knows going into this live stream, my focus really isn't on Japan as of yet. I'll turn the focus on Japan tomorrow, win or lose. So just so you guys know. If there's any JSB insiders who want to come on this live stream to either talk about the UFC card or talk about the boxing, I'll drop a link. Just let me know. I'll put it in the chat. Wherever you're in the world, I say welcome. We just surpassed 550 JSB insiders in our Discord. That was a goal of mine to hit. Well, the goal was initially to hit 500 in the first. I can't say when we started it. I didn't even know what to expect. I think it was February or March. I was like, man, that'd be cool to get 500 before our first year. And so August 1 will be one, more like August 10th will be like one whole year, and we just hit 550. So shout out to the chat, shout out to our community. Hands down, 100%, without a doubt, when it comes to research-based picks, research-based plays, research-based reads on all these fights, not just boxing, MMA, no one's beating our Discord. The amount of film study you guys put in, the amount of weekly discussion, and that's the biggest thing about our group, and that was my goal from jump, was to create a space to where we could debate boxing and not have to worry about getting trolled by casuals, as you see in all the comment sections on YouTube, Instagram, etc. Our Discord is moderated. We could have, and this is why we win, because it's important to disagree. This is one of these fight weekends where, myself included, we're going to be disagreeing a lot on some of these outcomes. None of us know what's going to happen. What we do know is we rely on what we see, our knowledge of the game, and our reads. And I think because of that, this is why we're growing. And I can't wait to see us in another year, our second year, right? So shout out to the chat. I really am truly appreciated, grateful. I had no idea. This time last year, I never heard of Discord, by the way. So it's really, it's crazy. You guys asked me to start it. This was all because of the chat. This is all because of the comment section on YouTube. And it's become like a whole new thing in my life. So I just want to say thank you. It's been amazing. It's been a learning experience too. So that being said, I'm going to leave the link pinned in the comment section here. If you haven't joined yet, it's a couple bucks a month. You can either join here on YouTube or Patreon. And then that's where I put my picks. So if you join on YouTube, go to members only section. You'll see I post my tickets. I'm not just telling you who I'm taking. That's important. I think that's really important, the transparency. So you know when I win, you know when I lose, right? So, but the Discord is the community that you're already getting value with just, supporting the channel and seeing who I'm taking. But the couple bucks a month allows you to become part of a really educated community. You could ask, you guys create your own friendships in there, relationships. It's dope, man. It's awesome. So I'm going to leave that link pinned, and we're going to get into it. We have a lot to talk about. As you guys are tapped, I'm going to stay on for a while. Like I said, I don't have plans for another few hours. So we'll see how this navigates. It'd be cool to see, if Ali TV is here Al Bundy, if Julius is here, if any of you boys want to jump on, Christos, talk about the UFC, talk about boxing, it's open to you guys. Mike from Melbourne. Sup, Johnny Sanchez by knockout over Rios Jr. Rationale, Jr.'s first over 2 rounds since his debut. His first scheduled 10-rounder. He's the B-side, so he must have been chosen by Sanchez's camp. Yeah, it's a good take. I know it's not a popular take, but I'm on your side with this. I do have Sal Sanchez on the money line, and I know it's a really popular take within our Discord to take Rios as the dog. I really the only point I've heard is because people saw the odds condense. So I know it's the only relevant point that I've heard anybody try to prove on why you're taking Rios. Well, the odds started at plus 800 and he's plus 200 now. That's why I'm taking him. I mean, okay. I think this is a step up for Rios. I don't like them. Not a lot of tape on him. Compton, California kid. He's going to have a loyal local Southern California following. I get all that. Fun, sort of shiny record on paper, knockout to win ratio. But look who he's fighting. I agree. I'm using Saul on the money line as a great parlay piece. I think I grabbed him at the time, maybe 60% return. So I'll look at the props in a second. What's up, gang? So we play chop on points plus money. I'll look at it. I think I might have put in a method of victory yesterday on the live stream. I'll double check. Let me get an extra screen here real quick. Let me add something to the game. All right, here we go. All right, that's what I was missing. All right, so let's just have a look real quick. Shout out to Mags. Shout out to Mike from Melbourne, JSB Insiders. So chop on points. Anthony Cuba's not fighting, by the way. Cuba fight is off. He needs to figure it out. We support him on the channel. We support him in the Discord. We got a lot of time for Cuba. He's won us money in the past. At 23 years old, this is his second fight in a row where during fight week, he's had to pull out. So just to let everybody know, I got Cuba on one of my parlays. So, and the books are still showing him, I'm pretty sure. Okay. No, okay. Sportsbet took him off, I think. No, they didn't. Any bettors out there, if you're betting on Sportsbet, this Anthony Cuba fight is off. He pulled out again. Hopefully he gets it together. I was really looking forward to that fight. I talked about it yesterday. That was a really fun fight. So to stay on track, chop on points. Let's see what those numbers look like. Aaron Lopez, Aleem. I was talking about this, dude. Aleem, chop on points is plus 135. I'm gonna check my tickets to see if I have any action on that. Cuba chop. Yeah, I do. I played a ticket yesterday on the live stream. So I put a ticket together yesterday on the live stream with it pays plus 1,300. I'll read it to you. Anthony Cuba on the money line at $1.71. I told you that fight's off. It's still showing, so that'll just void. I took Ruben Aguiar by knockout at 86% return. I took Chop on points at plus 135. And then I took Brian Flores by knockout at 79% return. So even those three, that's a pro box method of victory. We'll see what happens. It's, nothing, don't go crazy. The method of victories are just kind of like not full unit bets. I'm not betting heavy on those. Okay. But I do like chop on points. Likewise, I've got Anton by decision over Hernandez. Hernandez is a gritty southpaw. Fought tougher competition. Yeah. Yeah, my issue with Vlad, though, is he's 37 years old. So he has fought tougher competition. I talked about this yesterday on the live stream. Sometimes it's good and valuable to look at a fighter's resume, the totalitarian, the sort of entire thing. Like for Diego Pacheco, he's 25. You look at his whole resume, it means something. Going into each fight, it means something. He's only 25. You know how he's coming off that fight with Sajo, who's kind of a pressure forward, front foot swarmer, aggressive style. And at 25, you could say, those knockouts he was getting only a few years ago, they still are relevant, even though he hasn't been stopping his opponents. When you're talking about a fighter who's at 37, like Vlad, and you're looking at a guy's resume who he's been in there with, I would be hesitant to still use the entire resume as a sort of marker on potential outcomes. So Anton on points is plus 260. I don't know. Am I playing Anton? I'm not playing an Anton prop, actually, by the way. But the value's on points. And I could see why you're doing it. All the money's coming Anton by knockout, right? Yeah. I'm just double checking I'm not playing any of that prop. I did this once. Yeah. No. Yeah, I mean, value there, bro. It's definitely a value play. But back to what I was saying, always remember, a guy who's 37 who has a good resume when he was fighting, if this is the case, this is happening with Errol right now too, Spence. People are bringing up, this is a good like is talking about because it's true. Vlad did go the distance with Cisco and but like people were giving paths to victory for Errol, talking about what he looked like against Mikey Garcia, what he looked like against DSG. Yeah, this is 7 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. My favorite performance of Errol was in 2017, so 9 years ago. So it's more when a fighter I feel is in their early to mid 30s, it's really important to ask the question, what have you done for me lately? What does this current fighter look like? Has he had to adjust his style in any way? And most importantly, when we're betting, what are his outcomes as of late, his wins and losses? So I'm starting my YouTube verse video, dropping it. Bro, look at the name. My man. Love it, dude. Love it. Julius knows boxing. Bro, JKB. So we got JSB and we got JKB. And I'll bring you on. If I could do anything to help you, if I could do anything to support you, just message me. I got your back, man. This dude's a beast. This dude's a beast. That excites me. The more, dude, we have a whole community of beasts. It's not just me. Like this is learning and meeting you guys over the last year, and it's been the best part of this whole journey for me. Seriously, is linking up with like-minded boxing heads of all ages. You know what I mean? So you let me know, Julius, how in any way, if any, you want me to help you out, and I'll do what I can. Mike from Melbourne. John McGanna. Yeah, I got Gonzalez on points. He went the distance with Sanchez, Neri, Santana, where he was dominated. He can be the nail and not fold. Yeah, the boys know what they're talking about. Wild deal. What's the business, Johnny Boy? It's Mac. Do you think? What's up, player? What's up, Mac? How you doing? Berlanga beats Butler. Yeah, we talked about. I'm excited for this fight. Stylistically, remove the name Edgar Berlanga, remove the name Stephen Butler, and just take the fighters for what they do, how they fight. Knockout to win ratio. Both guys want to get their opponents out of there. Stephen Butler is actually the fighter who's trending in the more positive direction. Stephen Butler is a guy that we have won money consistently over the last 24 months. He's been featured on the Eye of the Tiger cards. This is a kid who, far from a perfect record, it's almost like he either wins by knockout or he gets stopped. He, in my opinion, is growing into, the fighter who he thinks he is. He's been looking great as of late. Now, all of that being said, if Edgar Berlanga can't beat Stephen Butler, I don't know what Berlanga does from here. I'm not an Edgar Berlanga hater. I'm not an Edgar Berlanga glazer. Just because he gets stopped against Hamza Shiraz in that fashion, it doesn't discount his brand, and just because he's outspoken and he's not everyone's cup of tea, it doesn't discount some of the things that he can do in the ring. And just because he had that inflated manufactured knockout to win ratio when he broke onto the scene, it doesn't discount him being able to box and have skills at the high level. He does. Hand speed, footwork, movement, he could punch. He's a good boxer. It's weird how we have this revisionist, oh, he's a bum because he got knocked out against Hamza Shiraz. Guess what? Hamza Shiraz probably is going to be a world champion. Hamza Shiraz is a nightmare to deal with. So is Berlanga a potential Hall of Famer? Probably not. Do I think skill-wise, levels, he should beat Butler? Yes. Is it a fun fight? Of course. Am I going to bet on it? Yes. Will it go the distance? Hell to the nah. I'm probably taking Eddie by knockout. And if Eddie can't knock out Butler, and I like Butler. Butler's a fun style, but he's a little bit, he's basically just a little bit slower than Ed. The feet aren't as good. Punch selection isn't as good. Durability is an issue. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, maybe a level or two below Berlanga. But Berlanga better come in shape. He better be ready because Butler's going to give him the fight. Butler fights you the same way he fights everybody. So if you're not ready to, you know, deal with that sort of punch heavy, power punching style, and you get caught slipping, you could get knocked out. I like Butler though. It's one of these fights that for me personally, I kind of want Butler to win, but I'm not betting on him. You know, I always talk about it. I like fighters who rebuild themselves after knockout losses. I like fighters who don't have perfect records. I like fighters who have that sort of character to pick themselves off the canvas and get back into a camp and kind of try to, add levels to your game when you know you're not a perfect fighter. And that's Butler. So I cheer for him. But if Ed can't beat Butler, I don't know what he does from here. I think the matchup's perfect for him. Drop the link. I'm gonna give it in a second. Let me get caught up real quick. Me just need one prop bet. Lay it. CEO one prop. Drinkus Masterclass salute. Only sprinkled. We got we got the boys. We got a super chat in the house. What's good, Johnny? I got 1,500 on Popo money line. Ruben money line. Doubling my money. Is there another leg I can add that's a lock to fat? Stick that. I got action on the same thing. David Popo, don't get greedy. You're doubling your money. Don't get greedy. My bet isn't as big as yours, but I do have action on Popo on a separate ticket. Great odds. Don't get greedy. Build from there. When that hits, we'll reconvene this conversation. I like it. Charles Harris, Lamone, not on my radar. Auntie Ruiz, the slight favorite, but Jenny Fuchs looks big. They fought once. She hasn't fought in 2 years, coming off an injury. Auntie Ruiz I got her a plus money. Auntie Ruiz is my dog of the week, but I guess she's a favorite now. More confident in this fight. She's been speaking all week about how she wasn't 100% going into the first fight. She felt she won the first fight. She's been the more active one. She has the belt around her waist. She's a little bit younger than Auntie Fuchs. I like Auntie Ruiz here. Do you think Brian Flores finished Navarro? I think it's very possible. I think it is. We have to always remember, Jonathan Navarro was Golden Boy Prospect of the Year in 2019 and then disappeared from the sport for a handful of years. Shows up out of nowhere in Australia against Liam Parlo and got knocked out. He has, I like seeing him be more active. Morning, Johnny. Hope you're well. Great fights ahead boxing. Currently watching one. All right, Julius, I'm going to put the link in the chat. So I'm going to bring Julius on. So CEO said, as I drop this link, I do want to I don't want CEO to think I was just brushing over his fight. Give me a second, CEO. Kennel. What fight did you say? I wanted to get to the super chat. Okay, this one. Thanks for the super chat, Rez. You're a beast. So I didn't have this fight on my radar. Julius, the link is there if you want to click on it. I didn't even have this fight. Charles Harris versus Lamone. There it is. It just showed up. Look, I can't in good faith give you a read because the fight wasn't on my radar. Um, maybe the chat. Maybe did you? I know you're in the Discord, mate. Ask the boys in the chat. Gary's in the house. I'm gonna bring Gary out of nowhere, dropping in at the stage. What's up, big dog?
Hang on 1 second. Hang on. I got an echo. All right. I saw you talking about my boy Jason Lamone,
Oh no, no,
Southside San
perfect.
Antonio,
Hold on,
Texas. That's my guy.
perfect. So Power Kennel asked me about this fight, and I told him it wasn't showing until this morning. It's not on my radar. And then I just said maybe you could ask somebody in the chat, and then ask and thou shalt
I
receive.
had tuned into your show about literally 3 minutes ago, and I saw it.
Hold on.
It's destiny from God, bro. What can
Hold
I
on.
say?
First and foremost, guys, if you're not following Gary at 3D Boxing, go follow his channel right now. There's not many of us. He's one of the good ones. There's only a handful of us. Kennel, now you get to ask. So, Gary, Kennel wants to know Charles Harris or
Oh,
Lamone. Break it down.
Power Kennel. Send me an email. He just became a member. Send me an email
Perfect.
at 3dboxingblog@gmail.com. I'll send you the link for the Discord. Send me an email at 3dboxingblog@gmail.com.
We got the boys. We got Julius
look at
now.
this. Julius.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
The boys. All right, so Jay, give Gary's gonna take the mic real quick and break down Charles Harris and Lamone.
All right.
Lamone is a much more skilled fighter. I've known Lamone since he's a kid. I've known him since he's an amateur. PBC was this close to signing him right around COVID time. He's got skills for days. We call him the Mexican Melanage. He can't punch at all.
Okay.
Great amateur, really good skills. He has what I thought was a robbery loss to Giovanni Marquez. It was on that OTX thing, if you remember. There was some shenanigans with the scorecards. You guys can go watch that fight. The scorecards were all fumbled with. He probably should have a win over Gio Marquez, which is Raul Marquez's junior son. Great jab, tall, long, rangy, good speed, decent athlete, just no power at all. He couldn't knock over a glass of water with a head start kind of thing. If you don't knock him out, he's going to beat you kind of thing. I think I got him at plus 210. What do y'all have, Matt?
So my book says plus 230 on the money line.
I would take him.
Okay, so Power Kennel, Gary's signing off on that fight. You would take him.
I'm taking him. I got plus 210. I'm taking him.
Charles Harris. Didn't we just see him fight? He fights on Pro Box all the time. So you're taking him. So I was reading about that fight you're talking about against Gio. He had to fight an extra round. It went 8. It was declared a draw. They fight a ninth round.
That was part of the rules. If you go actually look at the Texas scorecards, the last round was scored 10-10. It looked like it was 10-9, but that would have gave Lamone a win. So they changed it to 10-10, so it was a draw.
Okay.
I don't know. Was that done by mistake? I don't know. But they had an extra round because it was on that OTX thing, and then the 10th round they scored for Marquez.
Okay, so there you go. There you go, Power Kennel. Ask and thou shalt receive. 3D says that's a steal. Plus 230. That's a dog right there. So, Julius, is that fight on your radar?
I was looking at it because I see that Charles Harris does have a very, very questionable loss early in his career. Very questionable.
Tijuana. He got knocked out in TJ.
If you can't make it, if you getting stopped in the club circuit in Tijuana, I'm very skeptical of you because that's where Americans go to pad their record, and you couldn't even pad your record there. So it's like, what you doing? I get because I remember that fight that was in the OTX, and OTX they would go 9 rounds. I remember that Gio Marquez and they was giving him a. It was questionable. Yes, it was very, very controversial. I remember that. Yeah. You got props on that?
So my book is only going money line. Lamone plus 230.
Cause I like that going the distance.
So Gary said if you're calling the kid the Mexican Melanage, it's Lamone on points then.
Oh yeah, no, Lamone's not stopping nobody. Yeah, it's Lamone on points for sure.
Yeah. So that's the play. If you guys have a book that's giving you Jason Lamone, take him either on the money line or on points. You're getting plus money. All right, so what fight? There's kind of sneaky a lot of action, guys. We got that Misfits card. We got Pro Box. The Pro Box card actually has a lot of good sneaky fights on it, and then Matchroom. Did you hear the Anthony Cuba fights off? It's 2 fights in a row. This kid needs to get his
Dang.
shit. This kid needs to get his shit together.
I always talk about the weight cut, Johnny. That the weight cut is the most important thing I have to say because I was looking at a fighter I was looking at today. Chop Chop look real skinny in them cheeks, man. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? He look like that. This weight cut put a little struggle in him. So nah, I don't think yeah over 8.5 if you're trying to be generous. But if you really feeling it, I'm taking the distance. And if I'm being honest, that's a live bet fight. He on upset alert, in my opinion. He did not look good the way. I did not like that. Not at all. No.
You're talking about Chop Chop.
Chop Chop did not look good the way. That's why I want to look
Dude,
today.
Aaron Lopez Alameda, man. People were. I was talking about him yesterday on the live chat. We were breaking down his resume, and he's like, this is a guy who's only lost, at the highest level. Gary, did you break this fight down?
Yeah, Chop Chop. I like Chop. Yeah, no, I think this is easy money. Chop Chop is a master in the mid range. Good snap on his shots. Really, really skilled in the mid range. Almeida is an opponent, I think, at this stage. Yeah, he's got competitive losses to Neary and then who's
Angelo Leo. Angelo Leo.
2 world class.
Yeah, never been stopped.
I wouldn't touch the stoppage. He could go the distance.
He went the distance with Jan Santana, another guy who's fighting this weekend. A lot of people are high on.
The losses to Neary and Leo were 5-6 years ago. He's 32. At this stage, he looks like an opponent to me. He's going to be a rugged opponent. He can probably go the distance. But
yeah, I took Chop Chop on points. Actually, I have a prop with Chop Chop on points. Julius, you're saying he's on upset alert.
I did not like the way he looked at the weigh-in all week. I've been checking it out. I ain't like how he look at the press conference. And he's not, I don't know how the odds got him saying he gonna knock him out. I feel like, hands down, this is Alameda's best opponent. And I feel like Alameda reminds me of Juan Carlos Burgos a few years ago. Like, that's who
you said this is Chop Chop's best opponent.
That's his best opponent. He's fought.
Yeah.
I think he reminds me of Alameda at this point. Reminds me of Juan Carlos Burgos a few years ago when he was getting draws with some prospects. When he had took Keyshawn the distance, he took Andy Cruz the distance. It's a situation that it remind me. The draw could be on table. I could see some serious issues. That weight cut, like I said, sometimes, we look at last 6 months. Richardson, Hitchison, Cuba. Adamas early in the year. That weight cut situation got me really questioning because I was looking at Pacheco weight. He looked good this time. He really looked good.
Pacheco does look good.
Way better than he did when he looked against Sergio.
Sergio. Dude, it's a camp change, man. I said it all week. That camp change to Buddy McGirt, him moving back to LA. I expect a rejuvenating sort of performance from Pacheco. But maybe you want to talk there. I know, Gary, you don't rate Pacheco. You think that he's on upset alert.
He's probably going to win. Look, he probably wins a decision. He's in his hometown, so if it's close, he'll get a decision. I think Aleem's got to stop him. I got him at minus 1,800. I think he's at minus 2,000 now. I can't touch that. Like, he's not. I don't think he's particularly good, and I think Aleem is a tough out for anybody. So. If I were to bet that, I would take Aleem, but that to me is a no bet.
You don't think Pacheco's good?
Not particularly.
I mean, to push back on that, fighting at 168 pounds, he's 25 years old. Has his last 2 wins, Sergio, on points, not stopping guys, but he stopped, Gallardo. He stopped Selecki.
It's been a while since he's gotten stopped. It's been a bunch of fights. He hasn't.
But my point is, look who's on his. What other guy at 168, not including Canelo? I asked the Discord this week. Look at his resume. for 25 years old in a grown-ass man division, I think this kid has still levels to evolve with the size, the stature. He has good hand speed, good feet, good body puncher. I'm expecting Buddy McGirt to pull the best out of him. I think he could stop Aleem tomorrow.
I mean, he could. It's possible. He doesn't really stop anybody anymore.
I mean,
Like,
20 anymore. So
Well, I
you
would
think
say
you think you
Aleem
just give up
coming.
on him as a puncher?
He's got to knock someone out. Salisky was his last knockout, I believe.
Yeah,
I'll pull it up.
Selecki.
So since he stepped up his competition back in 2024, starting with McCollman, he's got 1 stoppage in 5 fights. That's not atrocious. And he stopped Salisky.
Yeah, so 25-0, 18 stoppages. Like, my thing with him, though, it's not just the 6'4", 79-inch reach. He's only 25, so he's not even in his physical, matured man body yet. He's not even reached his potential. If you look, like, him leaving Benavidez Sr. in the Pacific Northwest, to me, I think that means something going back home, like you said. His last 2 fights in LA, he did get knockouts in front of his home people. And Buddy McGirt, man, I think Buddy McGirt has a talent with getting potential out of guys. He looked good
He
at the
did
weigh-ins,
great
too.
with Callum.
He didn't look
Callum
soft.
Smith.
To me,
No. Callum
yeah,
Smith.
Arturo Gotti, like.
Let me run a couple of names. You tell me how many of these guys he beats. Canelo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
Hamza.
Maybe.
No.
I don't know, man.
Martinez.
Yeah, I'd take him over Lester.
I haven't named a guy. Jacob Bank.
Oh yeah, he dominates Bank.
I would.
I like Bank. I like Bank, man.
I think Bank is too. I think Bank
Iglesias.
is too one-dimensional.
Iglesias.
Diego Pacheco could fight you at range. He could fight you in the pocket. He's looked disinterested to me over his life.
He can fight you at range once you close the distance on him.
I like his body punching
at the world level. I don't think he sucks. I think once he gets to the world level, he's gonna lose. I think he belongs at this level. I'm just saying, at this level, he's gonna lose a lot more than he wins.
You would take Lester over him.
Every name I just gave you, I would take Lester over him. I would take Hamza over him. I'd still take Canelo to beat him. I would take Iglesias to beat him, and I would take Jacob Bank to beat him.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll take Iglesias too.
I might take Beck the Bully to beat him too.
Wow. We'll see him. We'll see tomorrow. If he goes out and steamrolls Aleem, does that change anything for you?
If he steamrolls him, if he makes easy work of him, easy work.
Would that change anything?
I do think he's going to win, but yeah, I mean that would be impressive because I think Aleem's kind of a jack of all trades, master of none. I expect Aleem to make life difficult for him the same way that he made life difficult for Lester Martinez.
See, that name, I just don't feel Lester Martinez is a guy that everybody keeps saying he is. I don't think he's a big puncher. People said that he's this guy who has one-punch knockout power. He has a record that's very manufactured on the regional level. He did good the last half of the fight against Christian and Billy, but I think more after the fight with Aleem, I was more thinking like, wow, Lester can't punch. They act like this kid can punch. And I don't. He has one gear. I think Pacheco would shine against Lester.
And Lester 30 now. He is no longer a young guy. He's 30.
Yeah. I think Lester beats up Pacheco.
What would you
3D beats him up? Yeah.
What would you characterize Aleem at this point? I'm gonna be real with you. Just being to me, Aleem at right now is a washed up journeyman. How would you describe Aleem right now?
High level gatekeeper. If you can beat him, you advance. High level though, right? For world class fight, if you can beat him, welcome to the world class. If you're not world class, you're gonna have a hell of a night.
I think he's a step below that. I wouldn't even say he's a high level gatekeeper. I think that because Pacheco's I look at Pacheco there. You know what I mean? I put Pacheco a level above Aleem. That would make sense.
Aleem or Berlanga?
Berlanga.
I think Aleem beats Berlanga.
You think Aleem?
Okay. That's crazy.
I think what? Why is that crazy? Berlanga sucks out loud. He sucks.
Are you gonna take Stephen Butler over Berlanga?
I'm taking that fight not to go the distance. That's all I'm betting that. Someone's going to sleep in that.
Taking the under in that fight, and I'm taking the under in the Pacheco fight. under 8.5.
In the Pacheco fight, I can see
Um,
it, man. I don't like
Lean small, man. He coming.
small.
He coming up for one. He coming up for
This is
160,
like
man.
when y'all told me that Conor Ben was gonna knock out Regis Prograis or Teofimo Lopez is gonna knock out anyone. You guys
Who
are
said that?
misremembering. Not maybe not you guys, but I
No.
got into the biggest arguments with Teofimo Lopez is gonna knock out anybody, and everyone told me I was insane for taking Conor Ben by decision. He was gonna stop Prograis in 3 rounds. I was like, you guys, you're misremembering the Teofimo Lopez that stopped Richard Comey in a round doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's
The
half
Conor
a decade
Ben
ago. His
that
best days,
steamrolled-
he was 21 years old.
The Conor Ben that steamrolled Chris Algieri was on steroids. That guy doesn't exist anymore. The Pacheco, who was steamrolling guys 5 years ago, aren't fighting those guys anymore. He's not steamrolling people anymore, right? Like, I'm not saying Pacheco's not going to win. He's probably going to win. I'd give him a 65% chance of winning. That being said,
65%.
he's a 20-1 favorite. So take the dog.
All right.
That's 2-1.
What I don't, it's type of fights like Aleem. What I don't like about them is that I mentioned a name earlier, Juan Carlos Burgos. He was a world title challenger. So I say he has accomplished something in the sport. He got to that level. So I would call him at that point a gatekeeper a few years ago. But Aleem, if you look at his record going back at 160, he's been a pro 14 years.
He's got bogus losses though, all over the place. Like he's just a guy that never got the breaks. He could have a lot of wins. He got losses to Abelcar Vidal and Speedy Ellis's brother, Ronald Ellis. He's got some bogus losses. He's got a draw to Korobov. I was at that fight. He clearly won that fight. Like, if he got the decisions he deserves, his career would be viewed very differently.
Now listen, I like what you said, Johnny. These are the stories in boxing. Boxing a brutal sport. Aleem is one of those woulda, shoulda, coulda, wouldas. That was at 160. We at 168 now. And the only reason he got this fight because he got beat up for 12 rounds against Martinez. And he come in here for one reason only. Can he survive? He knows. I see look in his face. I see look in his coach. He only here for one reason. And you haven't accomplished nothing. And you've been a pro 14 years. You take it, man. This is you there for the taking.
I think it's perfect time for him to get stopped. I love the stoppage in that fight. Next here, Harlem Eubank, David Papeau, guys.
I like Eubank here. I think again, just like Pacheco, close decision. He's fighting in his hometown. He's also the far better athlete, so he's going to do the more eye-catch. I think the fight's going to be very, very close. He's going to do the things that are more eye-catching. He's going to land the cleaner shots from long range. Think Fulton versus Figueroa 1, right? Very close fight. The judges favored Fulton's work from long range in a fight that was very, very close on the inside, right? So it's more eye-catching. It's easier to score shots from long range than it is to really get in and see what's going on in the pocket and on the inside. So I just think in a fight in his hometown where he's a superior athlete, that's going to be super close. He's going to give you enough reasons to score the rounds for him.
Julius.
These no distance. That's plus money. I'm taking no distance.
No distance. Oh, I'm taking over 20 and a half rounds. I'm taking over. We're going the distance.
I think Papeau makes easy work of Eubank, man. Harlem Eubank, to me, he doesn't throw enough punches. He's an athlete, not a boxer. This is his step up. He's 32 years old. David Papeau, dude, 6 foot southpaw. He showed me a lot against Liam Paro. And they also have a common opponent, a guy that Harlem Eubank struggled with, and a guy that Papeau stopped. And
what
so
does that matter, though? What is, like, you think Papeau's going to stop Harlem Eubank? He's got 5 knockouts.
I'm taking Papeau. I got Papeau on points at plus 195.
What does him knocking some other guy out have to do with Harlem Eubank?
Because it's a common opponent. You see, and so it's been within the last 18 months. You get to see how a guy handles a guy.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm not saying that's the end and be all, but that's definitely a perimeter. You have to bring it up. You can't just not bring it up. You 100% have to bring it up. It's not like they fought 10 years ago and then said fighter fights him yesterday. Within the last 2 calendar years, if both fighters fight the same guy, I'm 100% going to see how they handled him. So you have to talk. How do you disregard that?
Because it doesn't matter. Because he's not fighting that guy. He's fighting David Papeau. He's not fighting him. He's fighting
We have a clear example of how each fighter handled a guy.
So let me ask you a question.
That matters. 100% it matters.
Let me. Antonio Margarito stops Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto beats the brakes off of Shane Mosley. Margarito fights Mosley. What happens?
But you remember what
you're playing hindsight 2020 here. I'm talking about predictability.
A doesn't tell me what you're going to do against fighter C.
You have to talk about it.
I don't like that gray.
I
don't like that gray and proposed beard, man. That guy, I don't like it, man. It's too gray.
That's an argument. That's a fine argument. The other guy is bigger. He likes him because he's bigger. He's stronger. Okay.
Cool. Bigger, longer reach, is a better boxer, better jab, good countering. He could, the adjustments he was making against Liam Paro, who's levels above Harlem Eubank, were impressive. I felt like Papo beat Paro, even though I picked Paro and we won money.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I thought he won 5 rounds. I mean, I thought he won maybe 4 or 5 rounds.
He had Liam swollen. He had Liam bloody. He had Liam, his legs wobbled once in the 8th round. Liam was in dark waters in that fight.
What were the scores? 116, 112 times 3? It was all 116, 112? Is that what it was? I thought that was right. I thought it was a competitive fight. I thought Powell clearly won more rounds.
You thought he clearly won, man. I was sweating my ticket, mate. I thought my point was David Papo was way better than I thought he was going to be. This guy's also had a lot of fights at 160. This is a 147 fight. Harlem Eubank's smaller than Liam Paro. He's not a better boxer than Liam Paro. How you think he controls range from the outside? When you watch Harlem Eubank fight, he rushes in on the inside.
I think he lands more jabs from the outside. I think he uses his legs, and I don't think Papo's a power hitter that can get in and stop and really dent him and slow him down. So I think he's gonna win rounds on the outside just using his athleticism and his jab. Very, very close rounds that they're gonna score for Harlem Eubank because he's the better athlete. Because what he does is more eye catching.
But 3D, what I was saying, we can't keep. We can say he was an athlete, but like I be telling Johnny, overnight he's 32 now and he moving up. This is his 3rd fight at 147. To me, he's way slower. He's not what he was.
By no means at 40.
Speed wise at 140, and he's 32 now. And let's just be real. The only reason he's got this spotlight because of his last name. He's done nothing in boxing. He's not won the British title. He's not won the English title.
Chris wasn't his father. Simon was his father.
That's fine.
His dad was Simon, not Chris.
Yeah. Chris is his uncle.
But
he still got it because of his last name. That's correct.
Of course.
Yeah. If it goes to this, I do it, but I say this. I'm taking no this because I believe that Papo. I just don't see for a Papo, man. I look at that beard. I'm like, damn, that's a gray ass fucking beard. You like 37. I'm saying, can he get old overnight? I think these 2 washed up dudes, and I think it's not gonna go 12. I think it's supposed to go 12. I don't think maybe 10, but I could see a late stoppage. I could see somebody not coming out the corner. But if I had to lean one way, I'm gonna just take no distance. I like to take them.
Give me Papo's 3 best wins. He's got a draw with James Buddy McGirt, somebody I beat in the amateurs, who beat me too. But just to put that out there.
Oh, I don't think Papo. No, saying I don't think Papo is good, right?
That's what I'm saying. You guys are telling me Harlem Eubank is no good. Got it. Check. The guy he's fighting is no good and older, right? You guys, Harlem Eubank is 32. Got it. Papo's 37. Everything you say about Harlem.
Papo's 35. Harlem Eubank is 32. Is 32.
Harlem's old.
What you have to ask yourself, what have you done for me lately? Even though Papo's coming off of a loss, I think out of that loss, he looked better than anything I've seen in Eubank over the last 2-3 years.
Eubank looked horrible in that Catterall
Eubank
fight.
looked terrible against Jack.
Horrible. And what I'm saying is this, that in that British boxing scene, if you ain't won the English, he ain't won a area title. He hasn't won any level of fighting in Britain.
I don't understand how that matters against David Papow.
Because David Papow won the European title.
So what? When? He won a European title when?
He has shown that he has some credibility.
When did he win a European?
16 months ago when he knocked out Josh Wagner, a guy that Harlem Eubank fought after and struggled with.
Okay, so he knocked out Josh. Okay, that was.
And then he got the Liam Paro fight.
Josh Wagner's from Canada. He fought a guy from Canada. All right, whatever.
It's part of the Commonwealth. It's not part of the. They bring him over. This is why. This is why they bring. Who's the kid they brought over for Dalton Smith? Matthew Germain. That's what they do.
But like I say, yeah, no distance, y'all.
Can I just say one thing? I'm looking at. I didn't tape this fight. I don't think you're saying Harlem Eubank struggled. He beat him 190 times 3. No, I'm sorry.
He didn't look good.
190.
He couldn't get him out of there. He couldn't get him out of there.
Oh God. Okay, so I got two, because this is like going to be the never-ending moving goalpost. Did he not get him out of there, or did he struggle with him? Which one?
Well, if one person gets him out of there and one person goes the distance.
That's not what I asked. That's not what I asked.
Boom. Struggled with him. That's a struggle.
He struggled.
The same argument you have with Pacheco.
He won 29 of the. He struggled. He won.
You're being a hypocrite with your arguments because it's the same reason you don't like Pacheco, because you say Pacheco isn't stopping guys anymore, so he sucks. You say
that's not what I said. I never said he sucks.
Yes, you did. You said Pacheco sucks.
Play my words back. I said Pacheco sucks because he doesn't knock people out. That's what I said.
Well, you said he sucks.
Okay. Again, it's the never-ending moving goalpost. You claimed I said he sucks because he doesn't knock people out. Is that what
you just said he sucks? You said he sucks before.
I think Pacheco is not particularly good. Yeah,
there you go. That's all I'm saying.
Nothing to do with him knocking people out or not.
That's all I'm saying.
You don't put 3D. You don't put a lot of credence in the knockout ratio of a fighter. You don't really. That's not.
Is the guy a knockout puncher? Like Jack Catterall doesn't knock a lot of people out. Floyd Mayweather didn't knock people out in the second half of his career. Do you think he sucks? Pernell Whitaker didn't knock a lot of people out. Do you think he sucks?
Yeah, Shakur. It's a few guys who do. It's a few guys who do break that mold, but I would say on average, if you all were right now, if you look at all the weight classes, if you at the top level, on average, you have a somewhat high knockout percentage. And you have right now, you got Shakur. You have being right now, you don't have really Shakur, who's a guy who can go the distance.
Yeah, you're talking about the best fighters in the world. I don't think we're putting Popow or
Popo's 3 knockouts. He has 4 knockouts.
No, Popow is world level. Popow fought Paro.
He's world level.
Julius David Popow is one of the best top 5 fighters in the world.
No. I say this. He fought Paro for a world title eliminator. Yeah, so I'm gonna put you.
Where would you, as far like Shakur Stevens, I would say is top 3 or 4 fighter in the world. Where would you put Popow? Top 10 fighters in the world? Where is he on your pound for pound?
Top 20 welterweights right now.
No, not top 20 welterweights. Top fighters in the world, pound for pound.
Oh no.
That's what I'm saying. You're comparing guys to Shakur Stevenson. Yes, the best fighters in the world knock people out. Granted, no one is putting Popow at that level.
But like I say, I do, like I said, 3D right now, I do feel like I said, I look at Popo, and my biggest concern is, I'm just saying, what other boxer got a beard like that? That don't necessarily mean anything, but I'm like, man, overnight, man, that weight cut today might really show up tomorrow. And I do agree that I feel like Eubank moving up, so might be a little fresher. He might not be drained, but I do work, because I'm saying Popo fought at 160 one time. I'm like, hold up now. You staying at 147? Normally fighters go up. You going down? Like, I mean, that's my, but I would say that if it goes to distance, Johnny, I'm gonna try to live bet that. If it goes to distance, oh, definitely. I'm with you, man. Eubank getting a decision. I don't see him getting a decision. No.
I don't know, man. I don't trust Eubank's gas tank. I think that he's going to struggle with Popo's size. I think he's going to struggle with his style. I think he's going to struggle with his jab. Just all the struggles Liam Paro struggled with him for. The dude's a vet. He's only a couple years older. He's not 37. He's 35. And rewatch the fight, man. Like I said, not many times a guy loses that I leave the fight thinking that I bet against. Like, wow, I learned something about him. A lot of people judge him off the 5 knockouts, but I don't think Harlem Eubank is a smooth operator in there, like a boxer. What would Harlem Eubank? I mean, what's his best win?
Tyrone McKenna.
McKenna. Yeah. Sean Dodd. Knockout victory. I mean, no, his resume is not good. I'm with you. Harlem Eubank's resume is manufactured for McKenna. Ismail Ellis. I mean, and then
it's just not a lot.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm with you. I'm not. My argument and Sean Dodd. Like, I always thought Dodd was okay for being terrible. That was a body knockout, body shot knockout too, I think.
All right, guys,
But
let's turn the page real quick though, boys.
yeah,
It's fun. Let's talk about it was a fight that wasn't on my radar this week until the chat made it on my radar, and I thought it was because the boys thought this was Sam Noakes, but it's his brother, his 31-year-old brother Sean Noakes fighting Kieran Malloy. What's your take on this fight, boys?
Kieran Malloy all day. I think there's Malloy by decision. I think there's and Noakes doesn't suck. He doesn't, but there's a level here. Malloy is not as athletic as I thought. I went back and watched the tape on him. He's not really. I thought he was a better athlete than he was, but still, the skill set, the skill level, Malloy has world class skills. You can see the deep amateur pedigree. Like it might be interesting. Noakes has an interesting kind of awkward style, but Malloy is a tier ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably gonna be in agreement with this one, but like I said, I think Sean knows it's just like I said. We 3D talks about this a lot. He's a product of that British system. He's done absolutely nothing to. He's done nothing to get to this position. He's fought nothing but and nothing. 3D. You notice the journeyman in British boxing scene is nothing like the journeyman anywhere else. You're not gonna find a guy with 60 losses on any
Well,
American cards. Not one
I'm
card
talking.
you're gonna find a guy with 60 losses, and that's all on Noakes' record. 60
Sean
These
losses,
Noakes
guys
is
30
are.
losses.
Noakes is coming off of fighting a guy who was 3-38 and then 2 in like 40. His best win was a guy who's 14-0. And you look at Renner, I think Kevin Renner, and you look at who Renner fought to get the Noakes fight, guys who were like 3-48 and no amateur background either. At 31 years old, that bothers me. Malloy has an amateur background. I have Malloy on the money line. I had
I'm
him at
leaning
70.
stoppage.
I had 77%. He's at 69. I think that's a great price for Kieran Malloy. 27 years old, 5'11" southpaw. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he stops him. I think, man, this is
Oh, you like the stoppage?
I'm not gonna get cute with the methodology. I like the price on it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's a great price. You could either, if you guys have a big bankroll, you're getting 70% return, 700 on 1,000 if you're heavy hitters, or a parlay piece. Double that thing up, get plus money, flip that. But I don't like
Malloy
I don't like picking props on domestic fights either. It's tough.
5.0.
They took my Anthony Cuba fight down, and they took my Marcos fight down. All of my parlay pieces.
What?
Bro,
I
that
had a
Cuba fight
Marcus
was,
prop, man.
I was what they took Marcos down?
Yeah, that fight's off. I think it rescheduled.
I took Marcos by decision. Okay, yeah.
Hold on. This is the first I'm hearing about it.
Yeah.
It's still, you mean versus Guido Schramm?
Yeah,
God damn, that's 2 on the same
yeah,
ticket.
it got
then.
rescheduled for the 24th.
Okay, did they give a reason?
Wait,
No. All right, we'll move on then. I know Gary loves the females. Auntie Ruiz versus Auntie Fuchs too. Who you like?
Ginny Fuchs is my girl. I love Ginny Fuchs. This is a 50-50 fight.
It is.
Go the distance. Parlay piece. We're going.
Let's
the distance.
go.
We're both skilled. Good amateur pedigree on Ginny, former Olympian. We're going the distance.
You only get 20% though. Is that even playable?
Parlay it. You go the distance.
Okay.
Parlay it. Like there's no chance that someone's gonna. I often say that women are laughably bad at boxing. These are two women boxers who both have skills. We're going the distance. Like they're not getting knocked out. They're both good.
Yeah, one's 39, one's 38. Ginny hasn't fought in 2 years. I'm leaning. I got Auntie Ruiz at plus money a week ago. She's now the favorite, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's very, very close. So what do you got? Like plus
I don't like the inactivity, especially
Yeah.
at that age. I'm not
Yeah.
too big on female boxing, but this particular fight, I've been looking at it because you got it as a dog of the week. And yeah, I don't if she was maybe 31, 32, but at 39, you coming off and
She fought a couple of those single round the combat league fights where you do one round, but that's about it. Not anything substantial, not a real fight since 2024. And Ruiz since then had 2 fights, became a champion, has the belt around her waist. Say what you will about the whole championship sort of shine when a fighter gets a belt around their waist, that it's allegedly levels them up. I've heard people say that. So it is. I think it's a close fight. It's gonna be one of those quote unquote nail biters.
let me ask y'all, do y'all think Flores will stop Navarro?
Ooh, I mean, Navarro one time was, Golden Boy Prospect of the Year, and he disappears for 5 years. He reemerges in Brisbane, Australia, and gets stopped against Liam Paro. Uh, you know,
I'm
I
loving the
think.
distance.
Are you loving the distance, Gary? How about
Loving it.
you?
Yeah, I would take the distance on it.
And it's plus money. Loving it. Loving it. Especially like I said, whenever I can find a Mexican underdog and the distance is plus money, I'm taking it every time. If you look at I will disclose that one variable. The first time that variable really popped in my mind. Y'all remember when Inoue and Nakatani had two Mexican underdogs in
Mm.
that card in Saudi Arabia?
Puma, was that when one fought Puma and the other
Uh,
was when they fought Sebastian?
Sebastian, the other guy fought the other
Sebastian
guy
Hernandez.
that the anyway fought both them with the distance. I was like, damn.
MJ?
No,
What
when Inoue fought, I forgot that guy's name. He was undefeated
was it
Mexican.
MJ? Oh
No,
no, no,
it was a
no.
under it was a card where they had all Japanese favorites
Okay,
versus all Mexican dogs. And all the Mexican dogs went the distance. That's when it really
okay.
clicked with me. I said, hold up, man. They hold
No, they're
up.
gonna fight for your money. Yeah,
These
you know
look.
it.
Very rarely do you see a Mexican underdog throw the towel in, quit. You rarely see them dudes, and I see Navarro looking at this opportunity. It's like, okay, if I go the distance, that's a win because people already counting him off. They writing him off. He had to lay off. He got
Hmm.
stopped, but he got stopped by a two-weight division champion. It's not
Hmm.
like he got stopped by, what I'm saying. He was in
I mean, shout out to him. Super inactive, flies 15 hours. He's, and Robert Garcia still kept him in their stable, and he's trying to be more active now.
I think, yeah, man. Be honest with you, I'm gonna keep it real. Flores, man. I don't know, man. Like I said, I look at his record, man. He ain't got one stoppage outside of Mexico, and he 30 years old now. And
Yeah, Pro Box, man. It's a fun card. Gary and Julius, man.
Bruno,
Bruno Rios and Saul Sanchez have been driven down my throat all week about people picking Bruno because he opens at a plus 700 and now because he's at plus 150, that's the reason why people are betting on him. I look at, you don't, there's not a lot you could find on him.
Yeah, I
And
found no tape. I put an email out. I put a chat out.
bro,
If you have tape on him, send it to me. I want to see it. I couldn't. No one sent me tape, so everyone is betting on him, having never seen him fight before. That's problematic to me.
and
this
then
is the
when you,
same kind of fight. Abraham Perez, both of y'all took LeBron, but I was telling both of y'all the
I
same
still
kind of
think
fight.
LaBamba won that fight. I'm not.
Okay, it was
I
close.
still
It was
think
close, man.
he won he won the championship rounds. I was shocked they gave him that he got the L.
He was on Team USA, man. Like I said, these are certain things I know. That doesn't mean you the best amateur. But if a boxer tell me, he say, "Hey Julius, I made Team USA," I'm gonna say, "What?" That's something I'm looking into. Because to make Team USA out of you beating everybody in California, Texas, New York, Philly, Florida, like you got some serious competition. And I think the reason why they throwing him in, and also add this, you know who
Look at
his
the
trainer
screen.
is. You know who his
Yeah.
trainer is. You know who his trainer is.
I know he fights out of Compton, California. Who's his
He
trainer?
he trained with Bam or what's his name
Oh yeah,
Robert Garcia.
Smart. Yeah. So that's another thing they like that, and they like the 10. The pro record, 8-0. But Gary, here, what do you guys feel about this? It's something I was talking about all week. When you have a guy who's a heralded amateur and a lot of shine as a prospect, matchmaking is important, right? So when you look at my box rec is freezing right now, but when you look at Rios's how he's been paired, 3 and 48, and there's a double-edged sword when you're putting a guy in front, and you're not getting anything from the challenge. And why have they been matching Bruno so easily? What, like when you look at, so look, it's not like you know, who's the 23-year-old kid we just saw fight, top ranked kid
I'm
who's
just not going to make an assessment on a fighter I've never seen before. Like that's wild to
look
me.
look who he's fighting. Jay, 3-47, 5-21, 6-34, 2-9, debut, 0-3. If this kid, like, you don't usually see this matchmaking for a heralded amateur who has star potential that people feel could be a world champion. Why have they been moving him like this?
Okay, that's okay. I like that you've been talking about this. Let me give you a scenario. This is a
This is
scenario.
pretty crazy, bro.
You right. I'm gonna give you one. Abraham Perez, he's another guy. Jerron Ennis's his first couple years. If when you turn professional, you turn professional at 17. When you turn pro, right, and you do not sign off the bat with a major promotional company, you're gonna be
He's
relegated.
right about that. Like
You're
Boone shouldn't
gonna
want
be
to sign with
relegated to that
anybody. He's
scene.
right. Yeah.
Devin Haney. If you don't sign with a promotional company, right? Because like Pacheco signed soon as he turned pro, he signed with Matchroom. If you don't, and you are relegated to that field, and I like the fact that he's being thrown in this situation. This lets me know something about him. They have some belief in him because I mean, like I said, if you watch Saul Sanchez last fight, he lost that fight. I'll be real, he did not. He lost that fight. He got a lucky draw, man. That was a journeyman. I think
To Edwin
he takes.
Rodriguez, and then he got knocked out against Casemiro. Though comes in 10 pounds overweight and doesn't weigh in, and then gets the early knockout. That one still
Still
doesn't feel right.
damage. Still damage. You
Still doesn't
know.
feel right though. Like that one doesn't feel right. But yeah, so you think Rios by knockout?
I don't. I think I would say if I had, I'm going Bruno's on decision.
I mean, he's still in his 20s, Sal. You know, he went the distance with Jason Maloney, man, not that long ago. You know, that Jason Maloney's world level.
Yeah, but Jason Malone is 30 what? He 37, so he like 36. So when he was 34,
This kid's
I
fought
like
for a world title before.
what I like the most about Bruno's is that he has the nobody knows. You're right. You cannot watch him on tape. But I'm
That's
saying
crazy
if
that
you
we're
are in
betting
the
on that.
That's
I because like I
crazy that
said, I
this
don't really
fight is
watch tape.
happening. Well,
I
Yeah,
don't
who
really
cares
watch tape.
about Saul Sanchez? Who cares about Sanchez? Like,
I don't
I don't understand why this fight's being made at all. I don't understand. Like, who cares? Saul
because he
Sanchez is
started at
garbage.
plus 500. He started at
But
plus
like, why
500.
is this fight? Why is this? This should be on a club somewhere in New Mexico. Why is this? I don't understand why this is on this card at all.
Because
it's
I
in
mean,
LA
you're
because
right.
the cards in LA. The cards in LA and Bruno's from Compton. He has a
So
following.
if Bruno, the house fighter, he's the one selling tickets.
Well, he has a following, and like
All right.
Julius said, he's in Team USA,
And,
and
and, and
so
he and he in Robert Garcia camp. I don't know if
Robert
Robert
Garcia
Garcia.
camp. He has he has a following.
Why not? Why not get him a layup? Why not get him an easy win to make him look good?
That's that. I don't know, man. I don't have those
They
answers.
really, I believe they really have some belief in this man. It's two ways you look at it. Right? It's two ways. They trying to build a Sanchez back up with a young guy, shiny new record. That's one way to look at it on the flip side. And on the flip side, how I'm looking at it, man, they think you for the taking. Because if you don't
So
throw a
yeah,
20-year-old
that's like
guy,
Crawford got his big break against Braden Prescott, and
Short
Prescott was
notice.
supposed to fight somebody else, and that fight got scratched. And Crawford said, "Don't cancel the fight, let me fight him." Cameron Duncan said, "There ain't no way you're fighting him," and
Put his
Crawford's
hand
like,
up.
"I'll beat him." And Duncan's like, "All right, I'll put you on, but if you lose, I'm cutting you." Crawford's like, "Say less." Went in, destroyed him.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. Like, if he really believes in himself, take the fight, and you'll win, and you'll put yourself, you'll shoot yourself up the charts.
y'all want to talk about the Japanese a little bit? Have y'all looked into that? Because I've been looking at that.
I gotta go in I'm gonna go live in
Um,
about a half hour. So, but
All right. Pick
yeah,
a fight then, boys. Which one,
Higa,
Julius? Higa.
Higa.
All right, I'll pull it up.
yeah.
Go on.
You say you like Badilo, right?
Who me?
3D.
Badillo,
I say watch
Badillo. Oh,
Badillo.
let's
Yeah.
do that one. I like Badillo. I think so. Yeah.
All right, we'll go to that one then. We'll go to that one then. So you said so guys in Australia, these fights go down Monday. And we're talking about the Iwata and Eric Badillo. Guys, there's 65. Like the video. Follow 3D. Julius is launching his own YouTube channel. He's launching it today. I'll put the links up on my channel and in the Discord.
Hell yeah,
Follow
Julius.
Julius. The more the we need more. Julius is a sniper, and we're gonna do our best to help him grow. So yeah, it's good stuff. Users in the house. All right, boys, take over, man. Iwata versus Badillo. You got the mic.
A wide on points. You said
Go on. Go
and
on.
one
You got
thing.
it.
If
Tell
you
it.
look at Iwata, he has slow feet and his two losses are two guys who have some movement, who have some skill about them. But Dilla's gonna be there in front of him. Water's a serious puncher. But Dillo, I think he's a tough guy. I think he's not going nowhere. But I think both Taraji on points and Awada on points. And I probably miss. I like Masuda by KO. But all right, y'all, y'all finna go. All right, y'all. Hey man, we up. All right, y'all.
Are you out?
Yeah, I'm out, man.
All right, man. Hit me. Yo, DM me on Discord. All right.
All right.
All right, Gary. So I haven't had the time yet to break this card down. I was transparently speaking, I was waiting to see what happens tomorrow, and then I'm going to focus on Japan. He just sold on why he likes Awada. I heard you like. Sell me on Badillo because I was thinking of Badillo.
Is not your typical Mexican fighter. He's an offensive-minded fighter, but he's got legs. He can use the ring a little bit. He's got decent feet. You know, he's not straight in behind the jab looking to break you down. Like, he can use the ring a little bit. He can box a little bit. He can come forward like that, but there's a little bit more to him. The southpaw lead right hook, really, really sharp. I'm reading my notes here. He's quick. He's a lot quicker. He's a lot more.
Does he use the whole ring?
At times, like, he's not going to get on his bicycle like that and run for 12 rounds, but he can use the ring. He can circle, like he can use his legs in a way. Like, I'm not comparing him to Keith Thurman, right? But you would say Keith Thurman uses his legs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Dia's not a hitter though. That's the problem. Awada is a hitter. If this becomes a shootout, that's a problem. I'm betting it does not become a shootout because Badia is really not a puncher. He's really not. I know he's got some knockouts, but he's not a hitter. Okay,
so you feel though his boxing acumen will be enough to keep the power.
He's a better athlete. He can move. We know Awada is susceptible to being hit with the right hook, with the lead hook. So yeah, like, it's a very good fight. I got Badia as a slight dog.
Plus 175.
Oh, I got better. I got about like plus 120 or plus 140. I gotta check it. Okay. I got lower than that, but yeah.
I'm gonna put that in
like a week and a half ago.
I'm gonna put that in my notes as I check it. I'm gonna pick your brain on the other two real quick. I know you're gonna go live real quick. How about the Masuda versus Higa fight?
I haven't done the tape on this yet.
Higa, man, dude, this guy's always in close fights. I can't believe he's a 4-1 dog here. I'm not jumping.
The price is what drew me in.
Yep. Yeah, same. So I don't have a play yet, but those odds are so disrespectful. Yeah. So like 4-1, he's gonna be competitive. These are gonna be close rounds. I haven't really, decided yet. The boys are saying good stream. Yeah, good luck to everybody, man. And this is what I want to say. For Gary and I disagreeing on things, it's good for us. We don't want to ever create an echo chamber where I go on to Gary's channel or he comes on mine and we're just giving each other fucking pats on the back and agreeing on everything. Nothing gets done that way. You know what I'm saying? And that was my whole goal, Gary, from jump doing this, was like create a community to where we could disagree on boxing and not have to worry about the,
yeah.
You know how it is in the comment section on YouTube. When you disagree, it turns into a dumpster fire. So
it's all
no, you know what? It's rare.
I like the trolling in the chat. By the way, I don't.
But you know what I'm saying. If you like go to the Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez videos and read you see what I'm saying? How toxic boxing fandom gets. It's very rare that our community's building that we could disagree and not get toxic, was my point. And I think that's a rare thing in this day and age of social media content for sure. All right, last one, man. Taraji and Gonzalez. These are close fights, man. Like, this is why I haven't even given my takes on this yet.
Yeah, I haven't given my tape on this yet either. I guess I like Kenshiro. I always like Kenshiro. I think Kenshiro's gifted. I know he's getting a little up there. He's getting a little long in the tooth, but I think I'm gonna ride with him one more time.
We got to get we got to get TJ. He's kind of a good.
He runs the Japanese. Yeah, he runs the Japanese fights. That's his thing.
And then I even reached out to. He was a content creator out of the UK. Punch Perfect, Jamie. He stopped creating.
Jamie. Yeah.
Beast. Dude, this is a hard game, bro. He got frustrated sometime a year ago and stopped, the stress, I guess. But he used to have really good reads on these Japanese cards too. So I'm gonna see what happens.
I used to always go back and forth with him when I was used to be active on Twitter. I don't, but yeah, I love Punch Perfect. He was great.
Yeah,
He
Punch
was
Perfect.
great.
He's a beast. Yeah, and that's why when Julius said he's starting, I've been trying to talk Julius for
Did he
months to
delete
start
his
his own
channel
show.
or is his channel still up and inactive?
Inactive. He just stopped.
Yeah.
But like, through this experience, at least from my end, what I'm learning, August 15th will be 1 year since I started the Discord. Meeting guys like yourself and guys like Julius, who, a wide array of knowledge. We need more people who create content like me and you, so we can kind of grow. As I grow, you grow, I grow. It'll help what we're doing collectively. And so Julius is starting a channel. I was like, TJ, you got to start a channel. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be good for the whole. It'd be good for the whole
And we
movement and
can
what
have
we're
a
trying to.
competition. Someone can keep track of our picks and our
Or
locks, and we have
or
a
we
big
challenge.
competition.
My goal was to go against the guys with like 300,000 subs who call themselves boxing content creators, and they don't know, and all they do is clickbait, and they get a
Yes, clickbait,
following because
clickbait,
they,
clickbait.
yeah, and they get a following because they ride one fighter's sort of jock the whole time, and they create an echo chamber. We go
Yeah.
after them and we debate those guys, and then and then what happens is it becomes really clear where the knowledge of the game is coming from. But a lot has to happen for that to take place. All right, bro. I know you got to go live.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
sent.
go live whenever you finish. So whatever you're done here, jump over
I'm
to my
locked.
live stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop over. That's it, man. Thanks for stopping in, man. Good luck tomorrow with
Appreciate
your
you.
bets. It's always a blast, man. Follow 3D if you're not following them.
It's 3D boxing. Appreciate y'all.
All right, brother. Be good.
All right, later.
All right, boys. We're an hour and 12 minutes in. It's always a blast with Gary. We're both Italian. I think he might be 100% Italian. I'm half Italian, so that Italian blood, it's tough to get a word in. I know User was saying I was talking over him. None of that's intentional. When we're speaking through screens, I do my best to be fair. I wasn't trying to bully anybody, and sometimes it gets heated, but it's all love with 3D. If you're not following him, give him a follow. Guys, we didn't really talk much about the UFC. The UFC's tomorrow. If there's 60 people on the live now, if one of them happens to be a JSP insider and wants to talk about the UFC, I'll drop a link. I do have, I wanted to build a parlay with the UFC, and I wasn't expecting. Time just flew. So I don't know what happened to the chat. It says there's 66 in here. I don't see anybody commenting. Where was my? There's my. I don't know, man. What's up, Adam? Um, if Muscles is out there, if he's hearing this message, I have no ill will towards Muscles. So if he, I mean that. Like I'm not a guy who carries I don't hold grudges with anything in life, and there's nothing to hold. It was something that happened like a year ago with Muscles, but hopefully he's doing well. If he's watching this, Adam, hopefully you're doing well. And I'll leave it on for a couple minutes to see if anybody wants to jump on and talk about the UFC, give their takes. I'll pull up the UFC card now and kind of let you know where my reads are. Because there's so much boxing, I only have 2 tickets. I have a UFC dog, and then I did a UFC and boxing blend, which is a plus money ticket. I'm using Christian Leroy Duncan on the money line on a combined parlay. And then I'm also using John Paul as my dog, which isn't a popular pick because people are calling me crazy because he's literally fighting a well-rounded South Korean with the last name KO who comes from, I think he comes from either the stun gun, he might come from the stun gun camp. So, and you guys, if you know me, you know I love South Korean strikers. Changed. Resurrection, man. Thanks for that super chat earlier, bro. I don't want you to think that got lost in translation because it got kind of crazy. So I appreciate the super chat, mate. So I'm gonna do this real quick. Malloy and Ruben plus 107. Let's go. Let's go, Rez. Let's go. You know me, man. If you've been watching the stream, my boots are dug with you. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you anything is a lock, though. Like every fight stresses me out. No matter what I know about the game, it's just I'm never comfortable betting. So yeah. Let's go, Malloy. Let's get it. Ruben, plus 107, man. I wish you well. Pablo, appreciate you. I'm just gonna do a real quick rundown on the fights that I like the UFC. I gave this ticket earlier. The price is just falling off of a cliff. I think Diane Barbosa, with her pedigree, her UFC experience, should get her over the top. And I'm pretty sure this is Melisano. It might be her debut. RJ Harris, Eldon Correa, not even playable at this moment. You know, might as well just for the shits and giggles. JBL, I got Jean Paul as my dog. More money is coming in on Kodo, so I'm not going to add this. I have him on a separate ticket. Tommy McMillan Montez. This is a fight that's been tearing the Discord apart. A lot of the boys like Tommy. A lot of the boys want him to either win or lose. I don't have action on him. Fatima Klein should get it done against the Baby Shark. These odds. Chase Hooper, Mitch Ramirez. Mitch Ramirez is a sexy pick right now. Chase Hooper missed weight. Maybe you throw Mitch Ramirez on the money line and just kind of like I like CLD and I like Drinkus. All right, this 5 leg pays plus 164. I'm gonna play it real quick. I'm gonna put this action in real quick, and I'm gonna wrap it up because I don't want to take. I think me and G. There's a lot of guys on my channel who follow him, and I know he's gonna go live. So after this, if you guys go over to Gary, check out his live stream. I'm gonna put this ticket in now. It's only plus 166. So we got just for the sake of giving you guys a plus money ticket. Barbosa, odds are shit. I'm going half unit. Correa, nothing heavy. Fatima, CLD, and Drinkus. Plus 164 half unit. It keeps my eyes on the UFC for the weekend. I got plus 175, not bad. Okay, here we go. I'll share this in the Discord. Just so you know. I'm gonna get out of here in a second. So I have a play on that. The 5 fights plus 175. Gonna double your money. Don't go too heavy. You guys know the UFC is volatile as hell. We have been on a run though. I make a lot of money on the UFC. I just really haven't pulled the trigger yet to bet heavy on the UFC. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna lock it up with the boys. Actually got 600 Pablo in the house. Any thoughts on the dogs? You know my dog JPL. I think that Mitch Ramirez is live. I don't like the fact that Chase missed weight. Chase Hooper. What he's looked like as of late. Why not sprinkle on Ramirez? I think more than boxing, when we see fighters miss the scales of the UFC, it kind of means more. You kind of, you kind of get, it kind of tells you something. Maybe ride Mitch. Keeping humble in both victories and defeats builds a strong and healthy. Yeah, 100%. That I don't. Yeah, I'm here. Like I know I say it all the time, but I really mean it. It's my 100% intention is to build a community. We don't have to agree with everything, and you got to talk about. I don't like celebrating wins too long. I don't like sorrowing over losses too long. When I give you my tickets, you see everything. So the transparency is how I do my things. And have a good weekend. Good luck to everybody out there. And I want to end on this note. If you're not having fun betting on boxing or betting in general, don't do it. If it's affecting your personal relationships, take a break from it. I'm not trying to sound preachy here. I'm speaking from experience, having lived in Las Vegas, having lost a really close friend of mine due to a really toxic gambling addiction. And don't do it. If you're not having fun, don't do it. So on that note, good luck to everyone. We up.